Hello dear students, welcome to the next video of mathematics. It's mathematical logics. I am Swati Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, BSSS College, Bhopal. We'll see today mathematical logics. In that logic, we see logic, statement or propositions, statement letters or variables, logical connectives and truth values. We'll start with the logic. What is logic? Logic, which provide rules and techniques for determining whether a given argument is valid or not. Or in other words, we can say the method of drawing conclusions in manner is called logic. In mathematical logic, logic plays an important role. We need to prove whether the argument is valid or invalid. Statement or propositions. Now, what are the propositions and statements? As we all are aware, in English, a statement or it is also called a sentence. Here in mathematical logic, a statement is also called as propositions, and a statement is a declarative statement which is either true or false, but not both. In other words, we can say that the declarative statement which has a definite truth value. For example, capital of Madhya Pradesh is Bhopal. Now, if we check the validity of the statement, it is true. So, true is the truth value of this statement, capital of Madhya Pradesh is Bhopal. We will see few examples of propositions like man is mortal. If we check the validity of the statement, its value is true. So, true is the truth value of this statement, man is mortal. Another statement in terms of symbols or mathematics, 12 plus 9 is equal to 3 minus 2. Now, when we add 12 plus 9, we will get 21 and 3 minus 2 is 1. So, when we equate both, 21 minus is equal to 1. Both are not equal. So, hence it returns truth value as false. So, when we check the validity of this mathematical statement, its truth value is false. Now, what is not a proposition? For example, if I am saying, how are you? How are you is a question. It is not a declarative statement because we will not get the truth value of this statement. Another example, we can say it is not a proposition if A is less than 2. Why it is not a proposition? Because the value of A is not specific. So, we cannot say whether the statement is true or false. Hence, it is not a statement. Now, which one are statements? All mathematicians wear sandals. Now, what is the truth value of this statement? Its truth value is false. So, this is a statement. 5 is greater than minus 2. Yes, this statement is also having a truth value, that is true. Then, where do you live? Now, it is not a declarative sentence, it is a question, where do you live? So, we cannot say true or false, it is not a proposition. So, it is not proposition. You are a cool person. Again, it is a declarative statement, its value can be either true or can be false. Anyone who wears sandal is an algebraist. Its value is also false. So, it is a preposition. I think it's clear now how you will identify the preposition. A statement which is declarative, that is called as a preposition or a statement. Now, another is declarative statement. Here also we have some examples of declarative statements. Declarative sentence which should have a truth value. Truth value can be either true or false. So, these are some prepositions. Telephone numbers in USA have 10 digits, its truth value is false. Moon is made of cheese, its truth value is false. 39 is greater than 7, its truth value is true. Blood is red, it is also true. 55 plus 4 is 57, its truth value is false. So, these all are the declarative statements because they are having the truth value either true or false. Now, let us understand what is this truth value. Truth values are true and false, which is denoted by either capital T and capital F. Sometimes it is also denoted by symbol 1 and 0. True is represented by 1 and false is represented by 0. In Boolean algebra, we use 1 and 0 in place of true and false. So, we only allow two possible truth values, that is true or false. So, this logic is also called as two valued logic because we are only taking two values either true or false. Let us come to the sentence. Statements, prepositions, sentences all are same, only the difference is that sentence become a statement when it is a declarative one. So, you all know the definition of sentence, number of words making a complete grammatical structure having a sense and meaning and also meant in assertion in logic is called a sentence. When we talk about sentence, we have two types of sentences, that is atomic or simple sentence, molecular or compound sentence. Simple sentence or atomic sentence has no connectives. Simple sentence or atomic sentence has no connectives. Means if I am saying Bhopal is the capital of Madhya Pradesh, it is a single statement and it is not having any connectives. Compound sentence or molecular sentence which has some logical connectives, or we can say when two simple statements combine together using some connectives, that will be called as compound statement or molecular statement. Example, MP is in India and Bhopal is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. So, here this and is a connective which is joining two simple sentences together. So, MP is in India and is a logical connective. Bhopal is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. This is the second simple statement. So, the two simple statements are joining together by using this logical connective and it is called as compound sentence. Another example, Riya will play or she will study. Here also we can see that these are the two simple statements, Riya will play, she will study, and or is the connective here which is joining these two statements together. So, a statement which is having a connective, that will be called as compound or molecular statement. To represent these statements, we require some variables or letters. These are the statement letters or statement variables. Now, these are the symbols which are used to represent statements are called as statement letters or statement variables. We can take any variable. So, to represent the statement, usually the letters P, Q, R are small or capital are used. We can take one example. Bhopal is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. If this is the statement and it is denoted by capital P, then I can write P is equal to Bhopal is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. So, here this P is a variable which is used to hold the statement Bhopal is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. So, P is a sentence variable or it is called as statement letter. We can use various symbols to hold these statements. Next we will see logic connectives. These are the connectives which is used to connect simple statement. We have basically 5 logical connectives. These are negation, conjunction, disjunction, implication or it is also called as conditional, equivalence or biconditional. These are the 5 logical connectives which we generally use to represent molecular statements. Now, negation we use either we can use the symbol this tilde sign or we can also use this symbol for negation, and negation is also called as not. Conjunction, it is also called as and its representation is this symbol. Next is disjunction which is also called as or and its connective symbol is this. Implication or conditional which is also called as if then and its symbol is this arrow. We can also use double line arrow to represent this. Equivalence or biconditional, that is also called as if and only if. We can also use double sided arrow with double line or this single line arrow. So, these are the 5 logical connectives which we generally use to represent compound statement. First one is or operation of 2 prepositions A and B. We can also write it as this symbol A or B. This is true only if at least any of the propositional variable A or B is true. We can make the truth table of this or operation. I am giving you one example. For example, here he is poor or he is laborious. We have these 2 simple statements and here these 2 statements are connected with this or operation. Now, if both the statements are false, then only its truth value will be false, otherwise its value will be true. Means if any of the statement is negative, its truth value will remain true. If both the statements will be negative, then only the value will be false. So, here if both statements are true, its value is true. If first statement true, second statement false, then the value is true. For example, he is laborious and he is not laborious. So, if we want to perform OR operation, its value will be true. If first statement is false and second is true, then its value will be true. So, we simply need to remind one thing, that in OR operation, if both the statements are false, then only we will get the truth value false, otherwise if any of the statement is true, we will get the truth value as true. Next is AND operation. Now, AND operation of 2 prepositions can be written as this symbol A and B. It is true if both the propositional variable A and B is true. Means if both the statements are true, then only its truth value will be true, otherwise false. Here it is an example, he is poor and he is laborious. Both the statements are true, so its truth value is true, and if any of the statement is false, its truth value will be false. So, we need to remind one thing here, that if both the statements are positive or true, then only we will get the truth value as true. Another one is negation. Negation, or we can simply say if it is true then its negative is false, if false its negative is true. So, negation of a proposition, it is also written as this, or we can also use this tilde sign to represent negation. Now, this proposition A is false when A is true and is true when A is false. Let us understand this by using truth table. So, if the value of A is true, then its negative value is false. For example, he is poor, it is a true. Now, its negative statement will be he is not poor. So, if I need to represent if A is equal to he is not poor, then I can write down negative A is equal to he is poor, or vice versa. Means if A is equal to he is poor, so I can simply say that not A is equal to he is not poor. That is how we use negation. Then if, then, this is simply a conditional operation. Here if A then B. It is false if A is true and B is false, the rest cases are true. Let us see with one example. If son stands first in the examination, then the father purchased a scooter for him. These are the two statements, and here is a condition. Condition is what? If son stands first in the examination. So, let us understand with this truth table. Son stands first in the examination and father purchases a scooter for him. So, both are correct if then. So, it will be true. Now, son stands first in the examination and father didn't purchase a scooter for him. So, it will not correct because condition is satisfied, but the performance is not done. So, its value is false. Then, if son stands first in the examination, if son does not stands first in the examination, then father purchases a scooter for him. Then also it will be okay. If the first condition is false and second is true, then also we will get true value. And if both are false, son does not stands first in the examination and father does not purchase a scooter for him. So, both the conditions are, both the statements are false. So, here also we will get the true value. Simply need to remind you once again that in if condition, if the first statement is true and second is false, then only we will get the false value, otherwise rest of the values will be true. If and only if. It is a biconditional logical connective which is true when P and Q are same. Both are false or both are true. So, if both the statements are true or both the statements are false, then only we will get the true truth value, otherwise false. Here also we have an example. I shall purchase a scooter for you if and only if you will stand first in the examination. So, if both the statements are true, then true, or if both the statements are false, then true, otherwise false. If any of one condition will be false, then the truth value will be false. So, these are all the logical connectives of mathematical logic, and we used to make truth tables according to these logical connectives. Thank you. In the next session, we will see how to make truth value and we will solve some questions. Thank you.